And now for part three, the last and final part of plate tectonics review. We talked about who started the continental drift hypothesis, Alfred Wegener, and some of his evidence he used to support it. We also were able to find out that there's seafloor spreading and that the plates are moving apart. So you got them all moving apart together, and we're able to show some of that stuff. But it still comes down to what is causing these plates to move. So, what is that driving mechanism for plate tectonics? It's technically no one model can explain all of it. So, we try to use basically two models to show what is causing this plate motion. Number one thing is what's causing the energy is coming from. It's coming from the Earth's internal heat, and it's trying to release that heat and cooling. It gives us a couple of different models that we can look at. The main one we look at is it's not one or the other, but it's a slab pull, slab push. It's a push pull model. We look at it, and I was going to say, I thought I had a picture on here. So as you add subduction where there's convergent plate boundary, two plates moving together. This is an oceanic plate, continental plate. So it creates a subduction zone. As it's being pulled down and it's being melted down here into the mantle, you get a pulling effect that takes place, which is then going to help drive this to come apart. This is a divergent plate boundary where they're moving apart. New crust is being formed. But you also get this magma because it's a warmer section creates a convection cell. And as it moves up, it's going to push the plate out towards the continental margins that we see at the continental edge. So you get a slab pull and a push. So it's the push-pull method that probably gives it enough force to be able to move these large lithospheric plates. And remember, they're riding on top, like almost like an ice rides on top of the water. It's a solid portion, but it's riding on this semi-molten area of the mantle where it's kind of just floating on top of it. And it's moving because of these convection cells. The Earth's interior is cooling, and then as it cools, the warm magma moves up towards the surface, creating our mid-ocean ridges. And then the cool crust, as it cools, is starting to sink back down at our subduction zones. And there we go with our convection cells taking place in the mantle that create this and kind of show us where everything's going. Kind of a brief overview of Chapter 8, plate tectonics, that we look at. Don't forget, I still put the full PowerPoint. I put both the new version. Like I said, sometimes Chapter 7, 8, they get kind of mixed up. I believe it was Chapter 7. I don't know why I put 8. But it depends on what version of the book you look at. It's all on my teacher slide there as you look through it with your handouts and your exercises. If there's any questions, make sure you email Mark Dudboer at addisonschools.us. Have a good day.